Hey guys, this is huge. This find in Antarctica and some other documents are not only going to be proving, they're doing stuff in Antarctica, but it's going to prove why Flat Earth got started. Yeah, the psyop of Flat Earth. Of course, there's always been a very, very small percentage of people that thought the Earth was flat, but I'm talking about the actual YouTube psychological operation of Flat Earth. And it's huge. Let's get in it. For a while, I have been really wondering why they pushed Flat Earth. What was the reason? I mean, I obviously knew that it was something to do with discrediting, the truth community and things like that. And don't click off of this. Don't be all angry. You need to listen. And then we found something in Antarctica. And to go with that, and to go with the information that we have found about the people that started Flat Earth, it all finally makes perfect sense. The thing is, Flat Earth wasn't just to discredit the truth community. It was more than that. They didn't care what you felt about the Earth. There's one thing, and this was what got me so wondering about this. I wondered why Antarctica was their kryptonite. How did that happen? Why focus so much on Antarctica? I mean, technically, couldn't they just say that Antarctica is still a continent, but then there's an ice wall behind Antarctica? Why couldn't they say that? That was never part of what they pushed. It never was. And so I, of course, started thinking about it, and I've been thinking about it. But then this find in Antarctica makes perfect sense at why they would insert CIA assets or agents, I mean, not that there's really a difference, into YouTube. We know that happened after that September day. There were people coming out with so much great information and all of this stuff. And then all of a sudden, there were these people that just shot up to fame, in the truth community, huge numbers, getting all these views. But they were spinning. And of course, we know that there's an obvious reason for them to do that, for them to infiltrate the truth movement with people for 9/11, right? And for false situations. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But I was just perplexed. I mean, I've known Flat Earth is definitely 100% a psyop. And for all of you people that are Flat Earthers that have put comments in and said, you've never even looked into it. Actually, I have. Because I was interested, why would they think this? Especially at the beginning of me being in the truth movement, I was like, is that even possible? Sure, let me give it a go. I'll look at it. I'm not closed-minded. And that's always the argument they used. Oh, Globers are so closed-minded. No, I watched many videos. But then, I'm like, my observations of the world don't match what you're saying. You know, I was also in the Navy, and we didn't see an ice wall or anything, and there was no ice wall on our charts, on our maps. You would you would think they would be on there, but let's get beyond that. It makes perfect sense at why the CIA, yes, literally, there are CIA agents, assets on YouTube pushing flat Earth. And it seems, I'm going to show you an amazing find that's going to put all this together. But I also have some evidence on one particular one that in order to pay these people, they obviously can't write a check from the CIA. But I'm sure many of you know about the secret vaccine court, right? That the court that you can go to if you were injured by a vaccine, but you have to keep everything secret and all of these things. Well, how come one of these YouTubers, their entire information about their vaccine court has been discovered? Maybe it was a FOIA request. I don't know. But we have it. And are they using that secret vaccine court to funnel money to people? It seems that way. Because it's kind of funny. So one of these flat earthers, and he's a big one, he's essentially one of the ones that started the entire movement. His vaccine documents say that he sued for Guillain-Barré syndrome. But if he has Guillain-Barré, how is he not paralyzed? Or, you know, any issues? He's like a kung fu, yoga, whatever he is. And so I was like, why would they give him $100,000 when there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with him? In 2011, no less. Well, let me show you something that we found in 2011 in Antarctica, and this is all going to make perfect sense. Okay, so I'm sure some of you will remember this plane right here that we found. We actually found two of them, but right here, and I mean, it's obviously a plane. You know, there's no doubting it. But then there is this one. And this one answers all the questions. Okay, so let me see. We have 11/24/2011. And then we have 11/26/2011. The same area, just this very, very small area. It's like they knew around, that's it. This square is all they high-resed, okay? They must have known somewhere about where they lost it. Oops. And so they had the satellites to go confirm it. I mean, it's seriously like never happens that they do high res within 48 hours of each other like that. So it kind of looks like it was down. I don't know. That one's not as good. Or maybe they did a not high res sweep. Or, oh, this was at a different time of day. That's what it was. So that's why it looks different. And so to confirm it, bam. And then what's really awesome is we were able to confirm that there is a runway that was built just the year before 2011, right here, Union Glacier. Runway right here. Let me go back. There's a better picture of it. Shoot. See, in 2009, it was not there. Just snow and ice. And then you go to 2010, and you can see them building it, creating it, whatever you want to call it. And there you go. Perfect runway in 2011. I mean, I think it was finished in 2010. And so they must be testing these auroras right over there. And, you know, I believe the blue one, I believe that's some type of runway platform too. Because if you look at it, you know, it's like they're coming out of this hole looking thing. But if you back out, it's like a runway. Let me see how long this is. Uh, 1,900 feet. Let's see how many meters. 600 meters long. And then, so we have that one, and then the Union Glacier. Oh, let me go ahead and show you which one I'm talking about. The Aurora. Lockheed A12. Right here. I mean, and that's exactly what it is. That's the CIA plane. Or they have the SR, or, I mean, I guess it could be the SR-71 Blackbird, but I think it's the Aurora. But either way, I mean, it could be this one. Who knows? The YF. And then they acted like they acted like they didn't fly it until January 2018. 2015, I'm sorry. I said 2018. So it says first flight. Right there. It's funny. But that's what the big deal is. And I'm looking into this too. There's some new information that I mean, I guess it's not it's not really new, but it's something that's going on with a certain business that's following me on Twitter that I had called out about being part of that day. But anyway, so if you haven't put two and two together yet, the CIA is doing missions of sorts in Antarctica. For what reason? I mean, there's, you know, obvious these things that we already know about that we have found in Antarctica, but to cover up this situation. When that occurred, when they lost that plane, they freaked out. Like, it was a big deal. And they were, you know, the news was running out stuff that, oh, this happened then, and it was a complete cluster. And then we had, what was it, just like a year ago, they did this big thing about, oh, this is the first flight of the Aurora CIA plane, just 2 years ago, when we can clearly see it was in Antarctica in 2011. And something went down. You know, was it the civilization down there that didn't want them flying out there? I can only speculate. I mean, I don't know what happened, but to put, to run the satellites in high res 2 times within 48 hours is, it's just it doesn't happen. It does not happen, especially in Antarctica. And we've only seen that occur. Let me see. Well, that was the only time in Antarctica. The other time, if you saw my video about the earthquakes and that lingam, that it's just about a week ago, and they did it. They did it two shots within 48 hours. You don't see it. It's not like that's what people might think, that they have satellites all the time taking high res pictures. They don't. They might have some that in case they have to go back, like in war areas and stuff like that, but not really. Most of the satellites that are for Google Earth and everything are ran by civilian companies. Of course, they're civilian companies, but they have contracts with the government, and so they still have to scrub things. But this just puts it all together. It now makes absolute sense. It's sad. It truly is sad. And I don't think, and I'm not saying they're good people. I'm saying there are good people in the CIA, but in general, no. But I don't think that they thought that it was going to go this far. And that's why the censoring started with them. They've taken down some of their channels and things like that, because I think other countries have like blocked the stuff, because they know what went down. They know that it was a CIA operation, and those videos are blocked in certain countries. It's not because they're hiding the ice wall. And I'm sorry if you got caught up in this, just like the QAnon people. I'm sorry to have to be the bearer of this news, but you've got to see it. I mean, you don't have to. You can do whatever you want, but you can't continue like trolling people and calling people like satanic pedos and stuff because they crossed Antarctica, or just because you can't go attacking people like this. It's insanity. And I understand, with it being the CIA running this, they obviously have paid trolls too, and they have paid bots. And then we have the people that join the movement afterward that just wanted to make money off of it, and they pay their own people, whatever. I'm not saying that all of the main people are CIA, but I do believe that they realized it had gone too far, and that's why they put in the Shane Dawson, they put in the Logan Paul, and all of these people to openly discredit it. I mean, Shane Dawson just made a conspiracy palette. And for guys, if you don't know what that is, it's a makeup palette. They made an eyeshadow palette that is in the shape of a pyramid. It's got all these shiny shadows that have goofy conspiracy names. And in the capstone of the pyramid, Shane Dawson is in it with Jeffree Star. And then on the bottom, that's us little sheeple. And they're laughing at you. And that's what they're doing. And so take this for what it's worth. I'm doing this for you. If you want to continue on that, that's you. Sorry, my phone fell off the stand. But anyway, guys, I hope you appreciate it, even if you still are a flat earther or whatever, that there's nothing to gain for it from me. Like for me, what's there to gain to debunk something? I mean, if I wanted to make money, it's nice to get donations and stuff, but in my heart, I cannot look myself in the mirror and say, yeah, I'm screwing over all these people. And so I guess the going rate for your soul, to sell your soul, is $100,000. At least the upfront cost, because then of course they got the donations and the trips. They're going to conventions all over the world, mainly all over the country. But and that's why it was such a big deal when, they did the Beyond the Curve thing. I mean, Netflix picking this up. Come on, y'all. And then Mark Sargent, like, selling the flat earthers down the river doing that stupid cell phone commercial. I mean, it's sad. It's really sad. And that's what bothers me. It not only kills the truth community, but it just takes advantage of people that are normally good people, and they've turned into really angry people that if you don't believe the flat earth, then you must be the one that's, controlled and all this stuff. It just doesn't make sense. And there is a couple other ones that are CIA assets that, but I want to be able to show y'all evidence and confirm it, because I know you're going to want the evidence. Sometimes there just isn't. But there's, like Patricia Steer, she definitely is one of the contenders that I believe, and she could no longer handle it, and that's why she just, like, bounced. I mean, and Mark Sargent absolutely does not believe the earth is flat. And you can tell that by his body language when he's talking, and the words that come out of his mouth don't match what he's saying, like his body language. Like, he's saying yes, but at the same time he's doing this, and subconsciously. That doesn't happen, like, just because, like, that's why I don't believe, even if he is CIA, which I just don't believe. I think he just is in it for the money, because he's not trained. He would know not to do like this when you really are saying yes. When somebody's saying, yes, I love your outfit, like, and that's what he does. And so I don't believe that he's trained at all. I believe that he's just in it for the money. But who knows? It's sad. But hey, we found something really awesome in Antarctica. So there's more questions where that, like, what's going on down there? Why? What are they doing down there? Besides there's so many reasons that they could be down there. I don't know. But anyway, guys, y'all have a wonderful day. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye, y'all.